Hello, Capricorn. This is Yo Spiritual Bestie, Ciara. I want to start by saying welcome if you're new, welcome back if you're not. This reading is going to be for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. So I want to start by saying take what resonates, leave the rest behind for me, as this is a general reading. If it doesn't resonate, try your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. But other than that, we're going to get right into your reading, because your monthly readings and your 3 monthly readings are always long, baby. So let's get right into it. I hope you're excited, Capricorn. Let's get some information about what's happening for you at this time. For November, for Capricorn, we're starting off with my Moonology deck. Let's see. For Capricorn spirit, for November. Okay. Wow. A lot of cards flew out. All right. So this one says the end of a tough cycle approaches full moon in Capricorn. Oh, that's you. Also, this did come out. Nothing will come of this situation. Void course moon. I'm going to put it up just because I don't have a lot of space. We're going to be pulling a lot of cards. This one came out first and that one came out afterwards. So that's kind of my thought process. But the end of a tough cycle is approaching. With the fact that it came out with the nothing will come of this situation, it feels like there's a little bit of a need to surrender, Capricorn. There's a little bit of a need to like surrender and just let things happen the way they need to happen, even if it feels a little uncomfortable for you. I don't know. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting that there is a little bit of like, you might feel uncomfortable about something, or you might feel like something should happen the way you want it to happen. There's a little bit of something's going to resolve, but it's not going to resolve the way you wanted it or how you thought it would resolve. But it technically gets resolved, just like I said, not the way you wanted it or the way you thought it should be. All right, for Capricorn, for November spirit. For November spirit, what's going on with Capricorn? What does Capricorn need to know? Okay. Alrighty. Alrighty. You got Dog Spirit 19. It says, be loyal to what you love. You also got Dragonfly Spirit. Truth transcends illusions. I like that. Yes. Number 22 and number 19 here. So you could be seeing 1919 or 2222 or 222. There we go. Oh, beautiful setup. Beautiful spread. So just know that I like that the truth transcends illusions. And be loyal to what you love. I agree to both of those, Capricorn. But also another thing I'm getting is with the true transcends illusions, some of you could have been operating in an elusive mindset. And this is not to like offend anyone, okay? All right. This is not to offend. I'm just saying you might have been operating in a mindset of illusions. Or thinking something had to happen the way, like a certain way. And it's been like, even though you knew that, I don't know how to put it. It feels like Spirit is going to show you the truth of something that maybe felt elusive or illusional. Like the illusions were there. And Spirit is going to show you the truth about the matter. Or a mindset that you have is basically getting an upgrade to clarity, right? To the truth of the matter. Okay. Yeah, perfect. So you got also 0330. So it says lucky shirt. Interesting. Hopefully, if you have any lucky shirts or things that you love, you should definitely wear it. It says love, peace, hope, optimism, accountability, progress, creativity. It says pursue your goals and achieve your desires. Your efforts will bring wonderful benefits to you and your loved ones, Capricorn. Your communication skills are improving, making it easier to connect with a diverse range of individuals. Ooh, I like that. Embrace this time of growth and watch your relationships and projects flourish. Yeah. So you're, like I said, it feels very much like some people might be leaving your life. But like I said, truth is transcending illusions. It feels very much like things are going to start shifting for you in a good way. And you're going to find the right people who are in alignment with you, or the right people that Spirit has for you. All right, for Capricorn for November. Hold on, y'all. My hands got a little tongue tag. I'm trying to make sure I actually get the right messages. Sorry about that. Anyway, for Capricorn for November, Spirit, what is going on with Capricorn? Okay. So we got these 3 messages. All right. It says, Bull, do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. Okay. You got the butterfly. It says a change for the better. I like that too. And you also got scissors. It says disappointment in some affairs. Like I said, change for the better, disappointment, do not settle. Yeah, that's kind of why I said you might have been acting in an elusive mindset, and now you're realizing you can't operate in that anymore. I'm going to give you an example, and this, like I said, do not shoot the messenger, okay? Do not shoot the messenger, Capricorn. Please don't shoot the messenger. I'm just kidding. But I'm getting a little bit of, I'm going to give you an example. Let's say you're in a relationship and you have seen all the signs that this person is cheating, but you don't want to believe he's cheating. And every time you ask, they are eluding it. Like they're saying lies or making up things, but literally you have all the signs. Like you've seen pictures in the phone. Like, you know what I mean? You've seen him out with other women. Like, but it's like, your mindset is, but he's saying this. And it's like, I feel like some of you might have stayed or done something to allow yourself to be tricked, or like allowed yourself to, and it's like not allow yourself to be tricked, but it's like you're aware, but you don't want to admit it. So you allowed yourself to stay and settle, but they're saying, no, the truth is transcending illusions. Like there's no way you can just stay in this false sense of reality. Anyway, for Capricorn, what is their overall energy for November? Overall energy for Capricorn. Spirit for November. For Capricorn. Okay. 5 of Swords. Okay. What's coming in for Capricorn? Okay. Page of Swords. A lot of sword energy. Can I have a conflict? What's their conflict for November? Okay. Yeah, that'll do it. Okay. And that'll do it. And then what's their resolution for November? Okay. I like that. Okay. I like that. Okay. Now, can I have hidden messages for Capricorn? Okay. Let's go. Uh-oh. About to knock off my sage, Lord. Okay. It's going to be hidden messages. Can I have a card for love, romance for Capricorn for November? Okay. And then business, money, career for Capricorn for November. What do they look like? Business, money, career. Okay. Okay. All right, bottom of the deck, you got the 6 of Wands here. Put you over here for now. Okay, cool. So bottom of the deck, you got the 6 of Wands. The 6 of Wands is... I'm trying to remember the original card. Okay. So the 6 of Wands is... Y'all, give me a moment. I'm having a brain freeze or something. I know the 6 of Swords is moving on to calmer shores. Hold on, y'all. So, I feel like it's stability, because 6s in the tarot usually means like stability and balance. And being able to keep things, not afloat, that's not the right word, but like It usually is like the card of balance and keeping things stable, right? Because sixes usually mean that it's going to be a stable energy. But, oh my God, Six of Wands is the card of victory. I should have remembered that more than anything else. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. So Six of Wands is that card of victory. It's success. They are riding the high horse. They are being recognized for their greatness. Anyway, let's get into your reading, Capricorn. We got a lot to talk about. So your overall energy at this time is the Five of Swords, which is a card of conflict. I usually like to consider this card my you win, but at what cost? Okay. It is a card of just conflict, can be cutting people down whether you want to or not. It is a very harsh energy. I also feel like, especially with the scissors here, that's countering it with the disappointment. I'm getting that there is something that is needing to be addressed. And you can't keep your head in the sand about it. But let's see. Why is Capricorn's overall energy the Five of Swords, Spirit? What is this conflict? Why is there... Okay, conflict with partnership. Got the Three of Pentacles here. Yeah, Three of Pentacles is literally about partnership. Bottom of the deck, you got the Emperor. So you could be having issues with an Aries or a fire sign, trying to make something work, trying to keep something afloat. And also, like, for some of you, this could even be just a conflict within your workplace, right? Your boss even. Or if for some of you, you could have a business and it's like trying to keep everything afloat and also be that emperor has been tough for you. And it's been a conflict on navigating the leadership energy versus the teamwork energy. So there is a little bit of this disconnect happening for you, Capricorn. But I do think that you are able to transcend that. You're not going to stay in this confused energy for long. Like it says, the end of a tough cycle is approaching. Things are going to start to clear out. And I think by the end of this year, things are going to start to make so much more sense for you. All right, so what's coming in at this time? You got the Page of Swords. So pages in the tarot are new energy, right? Swords is all about communication. And I like to consider either verbal or mental communication, right? It can be something that's happening on the inside or something that's happening on the outside, but any form of back and forth communication of some sort, right? With the Page of Swords, so it could be you receiving a message, because this is what's coming towards you, what's coming in. That you could be receiving a message regarding something, or even just some message of clarity, because swords can also be clarity, like mental clarity. But let's clarify why the Page of Swords. Okay, something flipped and then tried to flip back over. Okay. All right. You got the Eight of Cups. So walking away from things that no longer serve you, which is fair. Look at that Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Out with the old, in with the new. I like that. That's what we want to do. So it feels very much like you're going to realize that you can't stay in this conflicting energy and that you got to walk away from it. And maybe that's the thing. But the Page of Swords, there might be a conversation that needs to be had. Excuse me. There might be a conversation that needs to be had and you're like, I have to. And you know what? It could be a very difficult conversation. But the thing is, it opens up doors to something new. And you know what? Look at that. Look at that. Nine of Swords right under that. Could like I said, it could be something that's really stressing you out. Something that you really know that you need to do, that you're like, I don't want to do this, but I need to do it. Sorry. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of like, I don't want to do this, but I really need to do this. Like, something needs to be done. I have to do this. And so, like I said, it could be a conversation that might be tough, but you know that you deserve better. You want better. The thing also with the Eight of Cups that I like to talk about, and like I said, this could resonate for some of you, some it may not. But one of the things I love about the Eight of Cups is technically the Eight of Cups is not bad. The Eight of Cups is a settled energy. And a lot of times people actually sit in the Eight of Cups energy for a long time. And some are okay with being in the Eight of Cups energy. Like, they're just okay with it. But with that Eight of Cups, it's settled but not satisfied. You know what I mean? It's like, it's okay. it does the job, but I want more. So you're walking away from that energy to find and seek more, something that maybe is more passionate, more exciting, right? With that Ace of Wands. Now for your conflict though, you do have the Three of Swords. Three of Swords is a heartbreak. It is a very sad, harsh energy. In the original tarot, there's like 3 swords going right into someone's heart. It's heartbreak and it's sadness. And so for some of you, you could be actually going through a heartbreak, a sadness. Some of you could have had someone who passed away. And if that's the case, I do apologize. I'm sending you love, strength, and prayer. For some of you, you could have gotten out of a relationship that you really cared for, right? Or you could have been, I'm hearing betrayed. Some of you could have been lied to or betrayed by someone that you really cared for, that you really loved. And I'm hearing, I don't know why I'm seeing someone like being demasked, like someone being demasked. So there is this energy of you finding out something and it really being disappointing because you put so much love, attention towards something and you're realizing like they're not even what I thought they were. And it hurts. All right, let's keep going. Why the Three of Swords for the conflict? Why the Three of Swords for the conflict, Spirit? Sorry. I heard speak up. Got the Tower here, and you also got the Three of Wands. Now, the Tower, of course, is that card of chaos. Everything is just falling. Look at that. Bottom of the deck, though, you got the Star. I think that's right after. Yeah, it is. Okay, I was right. So the Star is right after the Tower, which means that you are waiting. You're in that recovery period. That's what I'm getting. So the conflict is that you experienced that heartbreak, and it really shifted everything for you. It shifted your mindset. It might have shifted your living environment, your space, your money even. But it's like you knew that this needed to happen. And I really like the Tower actually matching with this false sense of reality, because the Tower is literally about crumbling a false sense of reality and being dumped back into the earth in real reality. And it hurts. It sucks because now you have to build up from that truth. You have to look something in the eye and say, damn, this is the truth. And even though it hurts and it sucks, I have to keep moving. I have to do something about it. And with that Three of Wands, I'm hearing you're waiting for your star, right? Because it's like the Tower, the Three of Wands, then the Star. You're waiting for that you're in that transitional period of waiting for your shifts to come in, waiting for your purpose, waiting for that slice of prosperity, that slice of abundance, that slice of this was all worth it kind of energy. There is a little bit of you energy of, was this all worth it? Was this the right choice? And I feel like you're waiting to see some type of confirmation, like you want to have some type of confirmation that you did the right thing. All right, your resolution is the Knight of Cups. Now, Knight of Cups can be knight in shining armor, sure, but it also is, Knights in the Tarot is all about action, right? So it isn't a card of acting out of your emotions, right? Letting your emotions be heard, right? Putting your heart on your sleeve. So for the resolution, this could be you healing. This could be you letting go. This could be you having a conversation and reconciling. And mind you, reconciling doesn't always mean forgiving and going back into a relationship. I want to say that. And mind you, when I say relationship, I'm not only talking about like marriage and like a relation, like a love relationship. I'm talking about your platonic, your friendships, your families. They're all connections and relationships, right? And with the Knight of Cups here, it feels very much like there might be a conversation where you are able to have a reconciliation and reconcile something. But you also mentally know that, like, I just want to say that if you want to forgive them, let go and actually take anybody back, right, into your life, kudos. But if you also are like, I want to apologize for the things I've said, and they apologize for the things they said, and you just are like, okay, well, let's move on and like learn from the learn for the better, and y'all let that relationship go. That's fine too. That's a version of a reconciliation. That's a version of closure. All right, why the Knight of Cups for resolution? Justice. Yes, I love the Justice card, honestly. Bottom of the deck, you do have the Seven of Cups here. It's in reverse, but it's the Seven of Cups. So it just feels very much like something, the resolution is allow justice to take place. And I feel like I'm hearing karma. Something is eating away at someone, either you or someone else. And it's going to push that resolution of a conversation because justice has to be served. There's no way it can just stay where it is. I feel like there's been a disjustice either on your side or someone else's side, and it's eating away at someone to a point where they feel like they cannot go another day without talking about it, talking about it with you and finding a resolution. Anyway. And, you know, I'm also hearing like someone going back and forth and they're like, well, what if I do this? Or what if I say this? Or like, maybe I should, apologize this way. If that's you, just know that you come from a place of like actual genuineness. I'm sure you will. Don't stress yourself out too much. The conversation is going to happen because it's the resolution. And it might hurt and it might suck, but the thing is, this is something that's going to propel you to that star, right? That we were talking about, that you're waiting on. The justice has to be served so you can then let that go. You can heal, and then you can move towards your North Star. You move towards your purpose, okay? Anyway, Capricorn, let's go into your hidden messages, your hidden message, your love message, and your business, money, career message, and then that'll be it. I really hope you're enjoying this reading, my loves. I really do. And I hope it's resonating. All right. You got the Seven of Swords for the hidden message. Now, Seven of Swords is deceit, right? It is deceit, betrayal, someone doing something behind your back. I am sure that since you got the Seven of Swords here as your hidden message, something is definitely hidden, either on your side or someone else's side. Depends on the connection, right? I will say this, if it's your side, really check in with yourself, okay? I'm seeing like someone stalking social media, sending texts, calling from a different number. Don't do that. Like, if you need to reconcile so you can let go, do that. But like, don't allow a toxicity to form because of a situation. Really make sure you're really like tapping into your heart space, yourself, and doing the things that are best for you, Capricorn, okay? I will say also, Seven of Swords can also be just you keeping things close to your chest. If that's the hidden message and you're just kind of being a little bit more quiet or keeping things close to your chest, I'd never say that's a bad idea. Because sometimes you just want to keep things close to your chest and work with spirit directly, right? But I will say this energy is your hidden. It does not bode well. I would pray about that thing. Alrighty. For your love, you got the King of Swords. Y'all know I love Thor. Thor is like my favorite. He is like my man's. Him and Doctor Strange. Anyway, so for King of Swords, you got love. I feel like love is not on your full radar. Like I said, King of Swords, he is a card of head over heart. He's not thinking about love. He's thinking about his goals. He's thinking about things he needs to do. He's thinking about conquering whatever he needs to conquer. He is focused and driven and determined. That is the King of Swords. And it feels very much like you're in this energy of focused, determined, and driven. And maybe love is not on your radar, and that's okay. I will say, if love is on your radar, you could be like, I know exactly what I want, and I'm going to treat this analytically instead of letting my heart just guide me, which is also fair. And then for money, business, career, you got the Six of Swords. Look at that. Seven of Swords, Six of Swords. So interesting. All right, Six of Swords is moving on to calmer shores, right? So for money, business, career, things are the ending of a tough cycle. The ending of a tough cycle is approaching. You're moving towards calmer shores. You're moving towards that rainbow, right? After the rainstorm, after the rough winds and the waves and whatnot, you're moving towards that peaceful era. And I would say, I'm clapping for you. I'm excited for you. Continue to go towards that, because that's what I want for all my earth babies, is to find peace and stability within their life. All right. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope you enjoyed your November reading. I hope you learned something, got something from it. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, my loves. But other than that, I hope you have an amazing November and take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.